Missouri's 2027 budget, signed by Governor Mike Kehoe, takes effect today.
While he agreed to almost $51 billion for the operating budget, he did veto more than $50 million in spending. $3 million of that would have gone to recovery centers in Missouri.
Emma McDarris has reaction from centers in Springfield affected by the cut.
Here at Scenic Church, if you head downstairs, you can find a community of support.
The Springfield Recovery Community Center offers more than 100 programs, from support classes to life skills classes, for people fighting their way out of addiction.
And then pro-social activities like float trips and bowling, barbecues, stuff like that, so that people can learn how to have fun in the community again, and surrounded by sober people.
But now that work is at risk. The Missouri Coalition of Recovery Support Providers asked the state for $6 million to fund centers like this one. The governor vetoed half of it. David Stoker, executive director of the Springfield Recovery Community Center, says the cut won't directly hit his center's budget, but it will hurt the people his center relies on to fill the gaps.
Like your smaller treatment centers and recovery residences, and provides money for counseling and housing so that people can get into programs when they can't afford to. Like they're in that spot where maybe they don't qualify for Medicaid, but they don't have the money to either have insurance or to pay like a deductible.
That means fewer Missourians will get the help they need.
$3 million represents 1,200 people that won't get services across the state of Missouri. Cuts like these are going to reverse those trends of the lowered overdose deaths and increase the amount of people that are unhoused here in Springfield and around the state.
Stoker says the community will have to step up where the state has stepped back.
Contact your local nonprofits and you can donate to them, you can volunteer time.
They say for the next budget, they hope that more consideration is given to those who are trying to fight addiction. In Springfield, Emma McDarris, KY3 News.